Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back in the keep of Karazgar. I was parked here so that I could advance my crafting, so I'm very glad to tell you I've mastered the Ironfold here. Now we can go outside and advance the Black Book of Mordor and some of the other quests with the dwarves that we have pending. So let us go outside and let's see what we can find. Upon returning to Skarháld, you wonder if you should give the minerals you collected a second look. Okay, I will need to look for the Rinsane cask in order to do that. But for the time being, Bótuz Frostblood is right here. Up top. So, if you don't mind, Bótuz, quick picture. Anything you want to say? We'll see in just a moment. So, to recap, after traveling around the Grey Mountains with Durin, we've gathered some claws and hides that we've brought to the Shelrook as a sign of peace. And now we are presenting ourselves to Bótuz.
This Durin is young and brash, and I know he's so.
Oh, it is you. I heard that the son of Thorin had come to Skarháld wearing drake teeth and burning scales, hatchling wings and warm hides, as if that proves anything to me. Did he slay these creatures or did you, Beriathan? He is young and brash and I know his sort. A king's son, dreaming of glory but unable to attain it. He is soft. The lands of my people are harsh and cruel and he would not long have lasted in the Heartlands. Bótuz snorts, delivering his taunts with relish. Durin. I see the arrogance of the long beards in that name. Thorin is a fool to aim so high. But you are different, Beriathan, and I welcome you to Skarháld without reservation. Make yourself at home here and meet with my chieftains. Look for Inek, Kopat and Dobrok on the upper levels of Skarháld and in the keep. So, yes, fortunately, all of them are around. Inek eyes the siege defenses with disapproval.
Are you here for sightseeing, or for helping us?
Yes, I remember you and your companion speaking with Bótuz before we crossed to the Grey Mountains. What can you tell me of this Durin? He tried to stop us from entering the Daylands, but when Bótuz refused to heed his warning, he did nothing. That is a sign of weakness. His father must be very disappointed in him. I am proud to count myself among the Shelrook, for we reinforce our position with actions, not with empty words. Let other dwarves waggle their beards in discussion, and while they speak, the Shelrook will take what they want. I will tell you no falsehoods. Sometimes discreet causes others to resent the Shelrook. Bótuz knows this, and he commanded me to inspect the defenses of this fortress. Sadly, I must report that this equipment is not satisfactory and will require some work if it is to be made war-worthy. Okay, so first of all, Skarháld's defenses are not fit for a siege, which will be very important later. Kopat assists his brethren with establishing crafting facilities in the keep. Yeah, I've already acquainted myself with them.
It has been many hundreds of years since any dwarves lived in this place.
But the signs of each previous habitation are there if you know where to look. To the Longbeards, this was Karazgar, and they stocked the keep with the metals they prized and the equipment they needed to defend it. When my people first dwelled here, they gave it the name Brugrad, but they had their eyes set upon larger and more wealthy cities and did not intend to remain long. It was a useful foothold, but it proved a tenuous one. Many Shelrook set out from Brugrad in search of fabled Tafar Gathol, but those who returned did so only with disappointment. And at last there came a day when the returners came back to a fallen fortress. None can say how long the dwarves fought against the dragons, but in the end none called it Brugrad any longer. Now the ruins are named only in the western speech. On the heart of every true Shelrook scholar mourns, knowing what was lost when the name became Skarháld. Okay, no. Dobrok is not in here. That's my bad. He is the High Eastern Arch. So we can look for him as we make our way down to the lower levels of Skarháld, so that we can also do the other quests. That will be fine enough. I reckon after we talk with him, we'll most likely need to go back to do it in anyway, so that's okay. Yeah, there you are, Garliff. Keep up the pace. Dobrok stands at the edge, unconserved by the long drop. Watch your footing, man. It is a long way to the valley floor below, and if you are not careful, you might find yourself taking the fast way down. Most are not as sure-footed as Dobrok. Yeah, I know, I've already taken a couple of those. Not as lethal, but still. Far away to the east are the lands from which my people came, past the mountains and the others beyond. Many were the hardships we endured there, and the sum of them made the Shelruka slow to smile and wary of strangers, but it also made us hardy and tough, and protective of the things we hold dear. I say we came from the east, and that is true, but that is not the home for which we have spent so many lifetimes searching. How many kings of the Shelruka have sought for such a home in these very mountains? How many more will follow us in that purpose? Dobrok cannot say. Okay, yeah, we do need to talk with Durin, but he has moved to the keep, actually. Oh well, yeah, let us talk with Durin, why not? Will this be enough to hit level 120? I don't think it will. But we'll see. We're very close. Ah, there you are, Durin.
I delivered our trophies to Bótuz Frostblood, and he seemed quite impressed.
Yeah, whatever you say. He has charged me with cataloging the supplies here in the keep, and I have agreed. This work is not well suited to one of my lineage, but I understand the need for it and want to encourage cooperation between the Longbeards and the Shelruka here in Skarháld. This work will bear fruit in the long run, I am sure. Wait, did you hear that? There is a commotion of some sort outside. We should go see what is happening. Okay, so let's see. Oh, but wait, I don't realize. This is a good place. This is a good picture. A crowd of dwarves surround a wounded Shelruka warrior. Are you okay? What happened to you? Let's talk with the poor guy.
He must have seen me.
I thought I was not observed, but he must have seen me. The blades flew faster than I could have expected. The scout clutches his side, where a sharp weapon has cut through his armor. One of the nearby dwarves asks who was that did this to him, and he grimaces in pain.
It was he of the terrible mask, the weeping warrior.
Was he of the terrible mask, the weeping warrior? He held a knife to my throat and gave me a message. Vútro closes his eyes, overcome with the pain of his wound. Karazgar wants to speak with Bótuz. Before today, Vútro was one of our finest scouts, able to outrun even the west wind. Alas for Vútro, this wound will keep him from the wildlands. A scout that cannot walk the wilderness is of no use to me or to my people. The Weeping Warrior is known to us, Beriathan, even in the distant lands from which we came. His reputation for cruelty is unmatched. He has long had designs on the north and has troubled both Longbeards and Shelruka in pursuit of it. Even so, I do not fear him. I will bring a small force of my finest warriors for two purposes, as a wise exercise of caution and also as a demonstration of our power. Perhaps Karazgar will decide he does not wish to oppose the Shelruka in these mountains and will leave us in peace. I would have you come with us, Beriathan, but your friend Durin must remain behind. I gave him a task suited to his abilities, and at any rate this meeting will be too dangerous for an unproven king's son.
We will find the Weeping Warrior. We will hear what he has to say.
Vútro will tell us where he encountered Karazgar and we will find the Weeping Warrior. Let us hear what he has to say, and if it is not to my liking, he will regret it.
This is near the location where Vútro encountered the Weeping Warrior. Where then has he gone?
Remain on your guard, my warriors, and keep watch for Karazgar. He will not surprise us as he surprised Vútro. Come, my warriors. Karazgar's Lord the West-wind not far from here. My ask thirsts for Karazgar's blood. He thinks he can intimidate us? Ha! Perhaps he can scare Longbeards, but he knows little of our people. The Shelruka are fire-forged in the harsh eastern lands. Let him learn that at his peril. You know, he is called the Weeping Warrior. Does he think to frighten us with tears? Ha! I will give him reason to cry. With this axe of mine, I will drive him from the mountains. Keep alert, my warriors. Never trust such a villain as Karazgar. That is what I always say. Did you know he hides his face? That is quite cowardly. Perhaps when we find him, I will make him remove his mask. He must be very foul to look upon. I would never wear such a mask. Deprive our Shelruka women of my handsome visage? Never! Now that would be something worth crying over. Any sign of Karazgar, my warriors? Keep looking, for they say he is a cunning one. I doubt he can outsmart us. No amount of stealth can help him remain beneath our notice. My eyesight is considered the finest of all our people. If I did not see something, it is not worth seeing. My ask thirsts for Karazgar's blood. He thinks he can intimidate us? Okay, it seems he has begun his entire line of dialogue again. Yeah. So yes, Bótuz will keep talking and talking. Basically, what you need to do is, as the quest tracker is telling you, go outside and look for Karazgar. He is not over here. He's actually right over there, behind the dwarves. And I gotta tell you, the first time I played this quest, seeing Karazgar behind us the entire time was so creepy, it scared the bejesus out of me. And fun fact, he's always there. The model is always there. You can even walk backwards and you will see it. It's not like he will appear out of thin air. No, he's always there. One of you at least has eyes with which to see. Do you lead these bands of dwarves? What is this? Karazgar! I do. My name is Bótuz Frostblood, proud warrior of the Shelroka. I have an offer for you, Shelroka. You would do well to accept it. I will accept no offer of yours, Karazgar, unless it be for your surrender. You have never known a creature such as me, Bótuz Frostblood. Consider your words carefully or you will die for them. Ah, listen to this braggart, my warriors. It would take more than one man in a mask to frighten me, Karazgar. This is my offer. I claim lordship over the lands north of the Great Forest. The Lonely Mountain and the Iron Hills are mine. These grey mountains belong to me also. I will allow you to live if you depart in peace. Ridiculous. You came from the Eastern lands. Return there and live. I reject your offer, Karazgar. I rejected and all your claims. Come hither, Beriathan. I know of you and would see you more closely. Alright. Let me get a picture here, Karazgar. The fabled weeping warrior at last. So what do you want? I have taken the measure of this Shelroka, but you are a curiosity to me. Even behind his mask, you feel the piercing eyes of Karazgar upon you. The urge to draw your weapon and seize their study rises in your heart, a sensation made more unpleasant by this lingering doubt. Does this urge come from you or from the warrior himself? If Karazgar notices your struggle, he gives no sign of it when next he speaks. There is a smell about you, Beriathan, the other of all your kind. But there is something else too. The reek of subservience. I know the master you serve. I have cast off the shackles that once bound me, and now I shall take what is mine. Why should you not do the same? Think on it, Beriathan. This is the last time I will ask this, Shelroka. Abandon these lands to me or be destroyed. I refuse. The north belongs to me and to my people. Very well. I make to you 3 promises. 3 times will I come to your fortress. 3 times will I rain vengeance upon your people. When last I step upon the threshold, no dwarves will remain to oppose me. You cannot frighten me, Karazgar. No, Shilverka? Then I will whip for you. Bah! He's gone! Yeah, of course he will be gone now. Karazgar speaks nonsense. He is one man, too cowardly to show his face. Without his Veldmaster he is nothing. Let him come to Skarháld once, twice, thrice. It matters not how often. The Shellruka will make him regret the visits. Ah, even the Longbeard will oppose him. Let us return to Skarháld. If these words signify anything more than idle boasting, we should prepare for Karazgar's attack.
Karazgar thinks to frighten us with words, but he overestimates their power.
Have I not told you that words mean little to me and only actions earn my respect? Let Karazgar speak. We will blunt his words with hammers and cut his intentions with our axes. The Shellruka will prevail.
Even so, I do not think Karazgar's words are without meaning.
He will attack Skarháld as he promised, and we will need to repel him. Go to your friend Durin inside the keep and help him assess our equipment. I want to ensure we have weapons and armor enough for my Shellruka when Karazgar does attack. Awesome, so we got level 120, 1 class trait point. Since we are already level 120, we're gonna go back to the Son of the Tortoise and stop leveling for a little bit. Alright. So a couple of things in here before we continue the story. First of all, very curious of Karazgar to claim ownership of the Lonely Mountain and the Iron Hills with the Shellruka. Those lands belong to the Longbeards, so I don't know, I found that a little bit curious. Also, by the dialogue with Karazgar during that instance, it seems this moment of the Black Book of Mordor was supposed to happen before the confrontation with Karazgar at the Steel Keep that we experienced on the previous episode. So that's something I've been meaning to tell you for quite some time. The Grey Mountains is a very open area. You open all the quest lines basically at once, and it's up to you to decide which ones to do first. And that includes the Black Book of Mordor. I would have enjoyed if maybe at least the Black Book was a little bit more streamlined so that we didn't have this kind of overlapping issues with it, but it is what it is. Next, now that we're level 120, that means that we have unlocked the Anvil of Winter's Teeth, which is a raid, but we'll need to discover that entrance, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to hit level 120 before moving on. So, well, let's see what Durin will have us do, and let's see if we can figure out the timeline of all these events.
We must prepare for Karazgar to attack at any moment.
I heard some of the Shellruka talking, Beriathan. Is it true that Karazgar has promised 3 assaults upon Skarháld? This inventory of the supplies has become much more important than it was mere hours ago. Have you come to assist me? I would appreciate it if you could tally the weapons and armor contained in the side rooms and to inspect the siege defenses outside the keep. We will need to know what deserves the most attention if we are to prepare in time for Karazgar's return. Alright, I thought that we might need to look for these weapons and armor throughout Skarháld, but no, everything is inside. So, okay. Level 120 at last. So glad. Now we're gonna stay in this artificial level cap a little bit. We need to finish the Grey Mountains, and after the Grey Mountains we'll have one more area for levels 120 before we can start leveling again. But that's okay. Having a blast, actually. So even though I want to reach the level cap and get Beriathan ready for what's to come, I'm also enjoying my journey there quite a lot. And I hope you are too. Okay, now we can go outside. The siege weaponry, it's all in here. This level, so I should be really quick as well. In fact, yeah, I think all the siege weapons are atop this platform, it seems. Well, Enoch already told us he is not happy with the state of these weapons. I don't see how we can make this any different, especially considering we don't have that much time before Karazgar's attack. So I guess we'll do what we can, but maybe it's not enough. Alright, so let us go to Durin now.
The siege defenses seemed in a poor state, even to my casual eye.
I fear it was so, for the siege defenses seemed in a poor state even to my casual eye. Speak to some of the craftsmen here in the keep and see if they can repair the ballistae or produce a greater supply of heavy arrows to be set with them. I hold no authority over these dwarves, but I hope they will understand the importance of these suggestions. My teachers impressed upon me the need for suitable preparations. It is much better to mourn the lost time after a victory than it is to mourn a lost battle. Once again, all the shop recovery here. Worry not, it is as good as done. The mountains shake. There is a distant rumbling as the keep shakes beneath your feet. Oh god.
Did you feel that? What is happening?
This time the rumbling is more pronounced as the keep shakes again. The mountains shake as if caught in a great gale. Has the weeping warrior worked some sorcery upon us?
Tell Durin that even he must fight.
Aren't you ready, Beriathan? Tell Durin that even he must fight. If Karazgar is behind this, we will make him regret it. Oh, yeah, the first promise. Impi subdued, Beriathan. Now, I don't know the meaning of that one. Sorry.
Skarháld is under attack! Karazgar seeks the fulfillment of his promise!
Look! To battle! Defend the fortress! Beriathan, over here! Yeah, this is not looking good for the dwarves. Show them no quarter, yeah. What say you, Durin? Karazgar left us no time to prepare, but how has he brought these drakes and dragons to bear against us? Let us drive off these winged beasts and prove to the Weeping Warrior that dwarves cannot be intimidated so easily, neither Longbeard nor Shelroka. Here come more drakelings. Well, drakelings are no problem, right? Beriathan, the dwarves operating the siege defenses need your help. This way, we must help with the siege defenses. What do? Do I buy the drakelings? Keep firing, Shelroka. Is this Karazgar doing? How does he command so many drakes? Or will not have enough bolts to slay them all? It is not safe up here. The mist smash our defenses to pieces. Well, yeah, Enoch told us they are not fit. Durin, what do we do? What do we do? I know what we must not do. We must not give in to despair. But anyone can see there are too many drakes and not enough dwarves to repel them. Think. We must think. How can we drive them away from the fortress? What would Uncle Nain do? Bah, I cannot think of anything. Come with me, Beriathan. I saw Bótuz Frostblood fighting down below. Let us go to him and see if he has a plan. Beriathan, come with me. We will find Bótuz Frostblood. Good luck to you and to us all. Yeah, right behind you, Durin. There have always been dragons in the Grey Mountains. Dwarves have worked with dragons for centuries, but never before have dragonkind served one such as Karazgar. Worms crawl upon the stairs. Come Durin. Once again, right behind you. Well, we gotta hurry if we want to reach Bótuz. I do not understand how Karazgar could command an army this size. There must be a very good explanation, I'm sure. How has he compelled the service of the Dragon Brood? Completed, Dragonkind of Ered Mithrin Slayer advanced. Great, we'll check that in just a moment. This way, Bótuz fights a mighty drake ahead of us. Sorry. Muted mic. It is done, Beriathan. Karazgar could have slain us all. Killed to the very last dwarf. but he chose to spare us instead. It is no mercy. He seeks to use fear as a weapon against us. Alas for Bótuz Frostblood. We must not let the Shadowcat disparate his laws, or the fortress is as good as fallen. I tell you, dwarves are resilient. May we prove it. Alright, so yeah, as you see, that was the first promise. Karazgar has promised 3 visits, 3 attacks upon Skarháld, and we barely survived the first one.
Karazgar toys with us. He had the advantage, but he did not press it.
Karazgar toys with us, Beriathan, as a cat does with a mouse. He had the advantage, but he did not press it. The first of his promises has been fulfilled and claimed the life of Bótuz Frostblood. With one deadly strike, Karazgar has left the Shadowcat here without their leader. Who now will lead them? Who now will organize the defenses? A lieutenant of Bótuz Frostblood. While surveying the damage, Enoch catches her eye.
Bótuz was supposed to lead us here in the Grey Mountains. Who will lead us now?
Bótuz was supposed to lead us here in the Grey Mountains. What are the Shadowcat going to do now? Who will lead us on this venture now that the Frostblood is dead? Enoch the Brash clenches his fists and leaps up to his name. It has to be me. No others of his lieutenants are suited to the task. Kopat is a scholar, much good may it do us here, and Dobrak may be a fine warrior, but he does not command respect the way Bótuz did. It falls to me to manage the defenses. It can be no one else. Bótuz thought you a worthy ally, Beriathan. Will you work with me to make this stronghold safe, and to take revenge upon the Weeping Warrior? If you will vouch for the Longbeard Prince, he is welcome to join hands with the Shadowcat in these 2 purposes. Oh, right, yeah, we also got the deed. So, some marks, points, enhancement runes, and reputation, that's great.
If I once believed the ill fortune of the Shadowcat had been exaggerated by the bards, I do no longer.
The loss of Bótuz Frostblood must be a grievous injury to them, and I confess that it pains me also. Would Bótuz and the others who died during Karazgar's attack still be alive if I had not lowered my weapon in the Ironfold? Would they still live if I had kept them from crossing the Daylands? I will not dwell upon it. What was done is done, and might have been worse. It is good to hear that Enoch will take up the mantle of leadership and ready his people for another attack. Karazgar promised to come to Skarháld 3 times. How much worse will be the following assault if this was merely the first? It bodes ill, Beriathan. I know the Shadowcat do not care for me. Nay, do not seek to deny it. It is true, I am unproven. Did I count myself ready when we battled the Easterlings outside Otterby back in the Ironfold? That counted for naught, or less than naught. To do battle against Karazgar in defense not only of my people but of another, that is where my true glory lies. We will stand with Enoch and his Shadowcat to repel whatever Karazgar sends against us, and perhaps afterward I will feel my name deserved. It will be my honor to stand with them and with you, Beriathan. There is much we must do if we are to be ready. The first promise is fulfilled. When the next comes, we must be ready. We have no choice. Alright, we need to pick a cloak, which is this one.
When Karazgar next attacks, we must be ready.
Alright, so here you see we have opened Book 9 with the introduction to the Vales of Anduin, which is the next area. The Dwarves of the North will need your help if they are to survive the dangers that threaten them. If you are interested in following the storyline of the Black Book of Mordor, Chapter 10 will bring you naturally to the Vales of Anduin. Chapter 9 is available by speaking with Durin on the upper level of Skarháld. So, yes, we can technically begin Chapter 9 right away, but Chapter 9 and Chapter 10 were released with the Vales of Anduin. And we still have a couple things we can do here in Skarháld that are technically still part of the Grey Mountains quest pack. So I think that's what we're gonna do for the remainder of the episode, which is not much. We took longer than I thought we would doing all this. But it's okay, we just need to complete a couple quests and to 2 crafting instances. I don't think we will have enough time for the crafting instances, but we do need to complete them to get the last pieces of lost lore that so far have been unavailable to us. Lost lore, Panny, Nice to the West, lost lore. Okay, yeah. That's the only thing we're missing right now.
You there?
You again, Warden. I will not lie, it has been hard going here in the Grey Mountains. Hard going even for a people that has come thousands of perilous warring leagues. Still, we dwarves are hardy folk and will not be daunted. When pressed greatly, we will ask for help, especially of those who show themselves good of will and worthy to the task. Will you assist us in our efforts? There is much, yes, much to be done. So we have unlocked 4 crafting instances, Oin's Bridge, Wither Heat, Gundu, Glimmer Deep, and oh boy, I have so many traumatic memories of those crafting instances, especially the Wither Heat. The Wither Heat was a pain, but I'm glad we don't need to do it in order to complete the lost lore, at least not that I remember. We are missing a page in the Wither Heat, and we'll need to go back there, but since we already need to go back there to discover the entrance to the raid, that will be okay. And there is also another rust-stained page on the way as well that we missed. I'm not entirely sure how we did it, but we missed it. So well, we'll have the chance of getting those 2 later as well. But for now, rinsing cask. Here. Among the dirt and stones, a glint catches your eye. A mithril flake. Mithril! Huh. Imagine that. Dwarves are gonna get crazy when they learn about this. Who knows, maybe it's, well, doesn't seem to be too much mithril anyway, but if there is a chance, history says the dwarves will go crazy with it. Let's see if I'm right.
You're kissing.
What? You did not find this painting. You could not. And yet, where else could you have? Are you a drag? Or are you butchered? No, you are no fool. Tell me then, from which river did this come? You confess that you only found it rinsing your painting back in Skarháld. A drag. A fool then, but a luck-touch fool. You have brought us a sign of fabled Thafargathol, a flake, no more. It is all we are accustomed to going on, in truth. Alright. Not crazy, but that's only because I don't know which river was it. I have the feeling if I knew the river, this would be a much different story. Now, let me see. Withered claw, withered ear, yeah. And stone of rated skin, of course, I have plenty of those. Rock tail and dwarf sword shit, yeah. Yeah. Let us do tasks really quick for the reputation only. I'm not gonna use a reputation tome for this, but I'm still gonna get some reputation anyway. And the good thing is since we have plenty of task items. We don't need to go to the task board that often. Okay. Now, yeah, we need to talk to Radagast. We need to find him. Now let's tie up all the loose ends here in the Grey Mountains, but this is the reason why I did save the Black Book in Skarháld for last, because Book 8 is a really short book, and half of it basically happens within Skarháld, actually within the keep. So yes, finding the best spot for those quests is kind of tricky, because you don't want to finish the entire book. At least I wouldn't like to finish the entire book and then have the entire quest back waiting for me, which is something that could happen and most likely did happen when this was initially released and was the current endgame. But, well, then again, you are waiting for Karazgar to fulfill his second promise for the second attack to come, so maybe it makes a little sense that that you would advance the Black Book, you would advance the Grey Mountains while you wait for the next chapter of the Black Book to come. And maybe in hindsight we should have done that, because we have seen we confronted Karazgar in Thikil Gundu, and I am under the impression that once again that fight is supposed to happen after Karazgar's attack in Skarháld. The dialogue and the overall flow of the plot make it seem so. It didn't happen for the series, but, well, you get the idea. It seems the Ungolidae are moving out of Ered Mithrin. While I'm sure this isn't the last we've heard of them, I think it's safe to rest easy for now. Okay. We can go back to Skarháld, and if we hurry, we should be able to do the 2 crafting instances we need to do for the last lore. Let's give it a shot, shall we? I don't think there's anything else we need to do in the Grey Mountains. So let us begin with Glimmerdeep.
We are Sheruka. We are Narod.
The forces in Glimmerdeep have been weakened and are in disarray, but several leaders vie for control. We must strike before they are able to organize. The resources contained within the mine are far too valuable to wait any longer. I don't think I'd be able to provide much assistance. Would you go to Glimmerdeep for me? So, okay, we go. There is no better time than right now to strike Glimmerdeep.
The Orcish claimants to Glimmerdeep have been thrown into disarray. Those who would seek to return the mines to order must first join the chaos and lay claim to the rich resources found there.
Collect gemstones, defeat invaders. It's been a while since I've done a crafting instances. The yells of the Gundavad can be heard reverberating off the walls of this cavernous mine. In fact, I'm not sure I have ever done a crafting instance for the series. I've done them on my own, but the Gundavad protect the valuable resources contained within Glimmerdeep by any means necessary. Indeed, enemies of the Glimmerdeep. Oh, yeah, this is gonna take a while. So we got the wrapper quest for the Shilruka, which is a pain, and I truly don't know what to do with these Dwarf marks, for example. I never understood what this was all about. Anyway, we have enemies of the Glimmer Deep, 100 of them, but that's just the first tier. A gate blocks the only span across the chasm. So let me guess, do we need to find another mining cart? To open the gate? Maybe we do. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, here it is, the minecart. Rare gemstone? Oh, okay, here. I mean, we're already here, might as well. So there does the cart go. We gotta keep an eye open for the last claw mark writing there's on this area. And yeah, the cart is not gonna make the turning here. You can see it in the tracks. Oh no, actually it did. Oh, I'm so glad. The discontent between this organized and unorganized group is what is holding them back from taking the mine decisively. So we can, of course, capitalize on that. The cart went to the right. To the left, sorry. That happens sometimes. I suck with directions. Oh, Shakot poses a great threat to all that attempt to remove resources while under his watch in Glimmerdeep. This is supposed to be a fellowship quest. And yeah, those scourges are no laughing matter. I don't even know where he is. Maybe he doesn't even appear in the solo version. That would make sense. I don't remember. Don't remember half what we need to do on this place. Alright, well. You wanna fight? Invaders within Glimmerdeep have been defeated. So we got a new deed as well, gathering resources in Ered Mithrin. What is this deed about? Complete quests in the resource instances, 1 out of 25. Oh, here we have the claw mark writing, thank God. We don't need to go looking for it. You have gathered rare gemstones. Now wish me luck against this guy. Blocked up crush, blocked up destroy. That is, if I let you. Glimmerdeep was all mine for the taking. This can't be. And you did leaders of the Ered Mithrin, 1 out of 5, but then again, that is just the first tier.
But how industrious these dwarves were while I slumbered. Carven halls of stone, golden gemstones, shaped and shined. It is worthy of my splendor in this new lair.
The story is complete. The Dwarves of Erebor certainly have a long history of battling dragons. You have a feeling that despite Thorin III's wishes, the remaining dragons will continue to be a danger to his people in the future. Alright, so there we have the first lost lore of the Grey Mountains completed, that is Smaug. We are running a little short on time, but it doesn't feel right to leave the resource instance of Thikil Gundu for the next episode, because it seems next episode we will begin what is the content of Update 24. You struck at the right time. Now they will need to grow their forces before attempting to claim Glimmerdeep once again. So, okay. First of all, I need to take this Lost Lore here. Crafter's Cache. Yeah, we'll take the Scholar Cache. I don't know. You know what? Let me take the Tailor's Cache. I had forgotten to equip my new cloak. Agility, vitality. I don't know if this will change things much. We'll lose some morale. And the gain in physical mastery is minimal, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. But let's do Thikil Gundu really quick. Thikil Gundu is not quite as dangerous as it once was, but new forces threaten to take it over. There are ancient tomes contained within that could prove to be very valuable to us. Would you be willing to go back into Thikil Gundu once again? Yeah, why not? We're already here. These are the only two instances we need for the Lost Lore, so I'm not gonna do the other two.
The daring may choose to enter the Steel Keep in search of its ancient secrets. Yet they would do well to be wary. Although Karazgar has been driven from those halls, they remain far from safe to trespass.
Ah, here we have the cacophony of sounds reverberating through the whole signal orcs in greater numbers than originally suspected. And this is the resource instance for solar materials. Okay. Garneted, enemies of the Steel Keep. So this should be 100 enemies again. Now we need to reach Vekar Mazal, which is an area that's only available during the resource instance, and I think that's where we will also find the last page we need. The question now is, where do we go? You would think, and I hope I'm right, you would think that we'll do the same, we'll take the same path we took when we were doing the instance last episode. Sum of knowledge, okay. I think it's also reasonable to expect all the tombs to be here. These walls are lined with knowledge passed down through the ages, and there is sure to be heavily guarded. Okay, yeah. They are heavily guarded. That also seems reasonable enough. Of knowledge. Alright, 2 out of 5. Sum of knowledge, of course, on the upper floor. That's what I thought. There's 2 heavy chests around this place. How come they resisted? Oh, we need the extra finesse, but I don't know. The only way in which upgrading the cloak will be worth it is if I get some essences in it. I don't know. I can check that maybe. After all, I have some essences saved up, so maybe I can do that. Of knowledge? Ah, downstairs. Yeah. The heavy chest. Also down below, I would expect. Right, here we have the heavy chest. Go. Mechanism. We have here invaders within Thikil-Gundu have been defeated. Let's grab the tome here. It seems there are no more tomes in this place. Great. Yep. No more tomes. We just need 2 more anyway, so I think we are safe. We can continue exploring the area. The tomes that we are missing should be relatively simple to find. In fact, we already have one here. And the other one right there. Okay. You have gathered tomes of knowledge. So, alright, here we have the other mechanism we need to open. Currency cap. Oh, I'm capped with marks of the Longbeards. I will need to find something to do with them. Or maybe not, I'm about to leave the area, so it doesn't make that big of a difference anyway. Well, we'll check that in just a moment. I think if we move close to the wall, we will not attract those mobs over there. Yeah, with this we should be able to access Bekor Mazal and complete the deed. Yeah, I remember this place. Discovered Bekor Mazal, the arming chamber. Completed Delver of Thikil-Gundu. As you enter Bekor Mazal, you spot a large orc on the walkway above. You did, Reclaimer of Thikil-Gundu. Okay. We have this deed completed, marks that we missed, and the title. You have explored the frozen halls of Thikil-Gundu. But what is this one? Delver? Reclaimer of Thikil-Gundu. Okay, complete Lost Lore of the Dwarf Halls, Thikil-Gundu. That we're about to do. Well, not today, but I know how to do that one. However, completing tiers 1, 2, and 3 of Thikil-Gundu itself. That's a whole other story. And the rusting writing here. The spoils of the Steel Keep are ours. Yeah, I do dare a fight with you, so come here and fight me. Did Sandmark and Rust-stained writing.
It would be many years before you shed the guise of the necromancer. And so I imprisoned Hrimil beneath the raised remains of Barad-dûr to await your return. There, she endured countless tortures, but never did she surrender the ring.
Alright, that's one of the things that had confused me before. Hrimil was captive in Barad-dûr, underneath Barad-dûr, and there was also another dragon captive underneath Barad-dûr that you faced during the Abyss of Mordath raid. Now I get it, what I was so confused with all these dwarven things going on. Anyway, we have this, Thikil-Gundu. You have left the Gundabad forces weakened. They will need to rebuild their ranks before attempting to retake Tikal Gundu. That's great, and with this we have completed the quests that we needed to complete in order to get the last pages of Lost Lore we needed. We also have 2 trade points in here, and what can we do here? A Sylvan Gambit debuff? No, I think we can go critical chains and critical chance and range critical damage. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright. And well, a little bit longer than usual, but I think it was worth it so that we completed everything we needed to complete in the Grey Mountains. All the loose ends we had, and now we are ready to move on to the Vales of Anduin, which will be the next area. And that's the journey we'll begin on the next episode. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.